Chapter 12. Death of Darius, Part 2.
For as long as there was daylight, the latter kept up the pursuit at full speed. But when it began to grow dark and the ground before the feet became invisible, he turned back again to the camp, after capturing the chariot of Darius with the shield, the median mantle, and the bow in it. For his pursuit had been too slow for him to overtake Darius, because though he wheeled round at the first breaking asunder of the phalanx, yet he did not turn to pursue him until he observed that the Grecian mercenaries and the Persian cavalry had been driven away from the river.
Of the Persians were killed Arsames, Rheomethres, and Atazes, who had commanded the cavalry at the Granicus. Sabakes, viceroy of Egypt, and Bubakes, one of the Persian dignitaries, were also killed, besides about 100,000 of the private soldiers, among them being more than 10,000 cavalry. So great was the slaughter that Ptolemy, son of Lagus, who then accompanied Alexander, says that the men who were with them pursuing Darius, coming in the pursuit to a ravine, filled it up with the corpses and so passed over it. The camp of Darius was taken forthwith at the first assault, containing his mother, his wife, who was also his sister, and his infant son. His 2 daughters and a few other women, wives of Persian peers who were in attendance upon them, were likewise captured. For the other Persians happened to have dispatched their women along with the rest of their property to Damascus, because Darius had sent to that city the greater part of his money and all the other things which the great king was in the habit of taking with him as necessary for his luxurious mode of living, even though he was going on a military expedition. The consequence was that in the camp no more than 3,000 talents were captured, and soon after the money in Damascus was also seized by Parmenio, who was dispatched thither for that very purpose. Such was the result of this famous battle, which was fought in the month Mimacterian, when Nicostratus was archon of the Athenians.
The next day, Alexander, though suffering from a wound which he had received in the thigh from a sword, visited the wounded, and having collected the bodies of the slain, he gave them a splendid burial, with all his forces most brilliantly marshaled in order of battle. He also spoke with eulogy to those whom he himself had recognized performing any gallant deed in the battle, and also to those whose exploits he had learned by report, fully corroborated. He likewise honored each of them individually with a gift of money in proportion to his desert. He then appointed Balacrus, son of Nicanor, one of the royal bodyguards, viceroy of Cilicia, and in his place among the bodyguards he chose Mene, son of Dionysius. In the room of Ptolemy, son of Seleucus, who had been killed in the battle, he appointed Polysperchon, son of Simmias, to the command of a brigade. He remitted to the Solians the 50 talents, which was still due of the money imposed on them as a fine, and he gave them back their hostages.